without being a little bit flustered. So get your bearings, Jermaine, and yes, you will be the favourite.
First leg is 7 to throw first. Game on.
But we can't write off Steffen Siepmann because he's the kind of player that just seems to pounce if you make a mistake or if you're not feeling well.
Yeah, we have seen Steffen Siepmann before. He reached the last 16 in the German Darts Masters in Jena,
16.
beating Andrew Gilding, who well, made many mistakes in that match, didn't he, in the opener. But then he saw off Joe Cullen, who admitted afterwards that he was feeling a little
16.
off colour, but still should have won the match, he said himself. But Siepmann, yeah, made it through to the last 16.
100.
Eventually lost out to Simon Whitlock. And he had to win 3 games last night to book his place in the tournament here in Leverkusen, and he's wasting no time in delighting the home crowd.
Well, that's not bad.
96.
Can't write off the home nation qualifiers anymore. A few years ago, they were given opportunities to make names for themselves by getting into the tournaments.
22.
It was a tactic to strengthen German darts. Has it worked?
100.
I think it has.
So you require 44.
Well, 44 for the first leg. Ups for 12 for double 16.
28.
It's a long shot for the machine gun, but it's a shot all the same. Can't do it, so Siepmann will return.
57. 7, you require 16.
Double 8's pretty good for a right-hander, as I mentioned earlier on. Still possible. Double 4.
12.
And this is the potential weakness of Siepmann, I think, just missing doubles, and you can't afford to do that against quality players. Double 16. Oh, that was gutsy.
22.
I tell you what, I like it.
Well, it was an audacious attempt. Had the danger of missing the board completely in prospect. In the end, Siepmann does get over the line in leg 1, and he'll be a relieved man, having given himself a really good opportunity, eventually taking it, but only after surviving a dart from his opponent.
Well, this week it's the German lads getting all of the big volume from the crowd. It was the Austrians last week, the Rodriguez, as we were calling them. Roxy, Rusty and Ruby. Then it was Zoran Lerchbacher and the Mensa Sudovic, the figurehead of Austrian darts. But this time around it's going to be Steffen Siepmann, Martin Schindler. I actually saw Robert Allenstein in the crowd there as well, so we will see him later on against another German in Dragutin Horvat.
Well, yeah, the next European tournament, it will be the Dutch players getting the acclaim. The Dutch Darts Masters will be taking place. That's not until September. In between then, we've got Shanghai, Las Vegas, and of course Wigan and Blackpool, Paul.
Wouldn't be a darting month if he didn't go to the northwest of England.
45.
The World Match Play, of course, just around the corner, and some players in this tournament, really crucial for them to try and book their place. Not least John Henderson, 95. Who enjoyed victory earlier today, aiding his charge towards the Winter Gardens. But all the players are thinking about right now is winning the game in front of them today.
Siepmann's got a chance in this leg if he can just get a treble here. He put this 110 under pressure, and I like that as well. Squares it off. 110, 18, or 10 this time. He's going all around the board.
70.
And Siepmann's got an opportunity here to get a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, it's 3 figures, but it is a 2-darter. It might be all he needs. Double top. Pulled very low.
90.
And wide of the double 10, and you get the feeling that he's going to need half a dozen darts at doubles in these legs.
Being shown the second leg.
And he gets no more in that leg, and Wattimena vocally silencing the crowd. Might not work in his favour, that.
I think he's got to be careful, you know. There are very few people in his corner.
54.
It's a bit like Rocky in Rocky 4. All the people in Moscow wanted Ivan Drago to win.
100.
All these people want Siepmann to have a run. Well, he's already had a run. He's got here by beating Pascal Birotius. Or Birotius, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but I will find out from our esteemed German colleagues. That was 6-4. Next he beat Bjorn Hansmeyer 6-0. And shame on you, Steffen, for beating 16-year-old Nico Bloom to get through. One of the young kids. 6-3, that was the result for that one.
Wattimena also defeated one of the up-and-coming stars of world darts, didn't he, Paul, in his
96.
qualifying campaign? You were telling us about that game earlier. You were talking to Justin Vantagau earlier on, and he was, what was he, 4-1 up against Wattimena?
Yeah, I was talking to Justin's mum, and she mentioned he was 4-1 up against Jermaine, and then Wattimena reeled off 5 straight legs to win 6-4.
123.
So we're going to have to wait to see the debut of Vantagau.
And he's given himself chances, Siepmann, all the time here. Can he finally wrap a finish up in a single visit? Yes, he can. 107 check out to edge back ahead.
100.
I'm not ashamed to say this is actually my first time watching Steffen, and there's a lot to admire about what he's doing. Throws a very straight dart. He looks pretty assured of himself. And the only
100.
conceivable weakness that there is in his game is just missing doubles, and I think that just comes with confidence, hitting more doubles. When you're playing the likes of Jermaine Wattimena and then Joe Cullens and Andrew Gildings, if you're winning more than you're losing there,
45.
it's got to build your confidence.
Wattimena had a confidence-building run to the semi-finals of a Players' Championship event in April. Not easy to get that far in one of those tournaments. That was the one that Darryl Gurney won.
60, Jermaine require 121.
Now 1-2-1 doesn't have to go this visit. Starts on the 25, which many of the Dutch players do.
Yeah, the Dutch players have done wonders for world darts counting.
Jermaine require 16.
Double 8 in any language for 16. There it is, 2-2. The plot thickens in this match. No real favourite as of yet. Will someone pull away the middle part of this match?
Well, we were talking about, Paul, in an earlier match, the preference on doubles, and it was conventional in years gone by, wasn't it, to leave double 16 at all costs, because it splits down more times than any other double on the board. But these days, the different amounts of combination finishes that players go for is
100.
a long way advanced to what it has been in years gone by.
Some players will leave doubles at all costs. James Wade will leave double top and double 10. If he can't leave double top or double 10, he'll leave double 12.
But even James Wade, you see on the last couple of years, shots like 61, where he always used to go for treble 7. Even James Wade started going for the 25 to leave double 18. Certain shots like that.
It's all about guaranteed darts at doubles. You know, 61, if you go for treble 7, you hit the treble, that's great. You get 2 darts at tops, but it's almost like the gamble shot, isn't it? You go for the 25 and you get 2 darts at double 18.
Well, in this one, the best finish we've seen so far is 107. That was from Steffen Siepmann.
97.
But Jermaine Wattimena has left the same combination, and he's opted for treble 19, single 18,
75.
double 16, which was the same route his opponent went, but his opponent took it out.
Will he hit it this time? Yes, he will! 3-2. The German hits a ton finish for the second time in this match, 107 and 100, to the delight of everybody who is joining us here in Leverkusen this afternoon.
Yeah, the first few legs, it was taking him a long time to finally finish off
43
on doubles, but got the second one on the board with a 107 and the third with 100.
99.
And is he up to his old tricks again?
Time will tell. But it looks like a very focused player to me. Doesn't seem like he gets flustered at all.
Well, I have a text in, Paul, from an unnamed source. As Wattimena rattles in 180, that suggests what he looks like is a very young Dennis Ovens.
Very young Dennis Ovens indeed. He does actually resemble the great man from Hertfordshire, minus the horrible shirts.
98.
Dennis Ovens, very much noted for his going to British home stores and buying something that resembles 1970s wallpaper. Tops. That was an audacious attempt at tops.
Yeah,
he will come back.
Again, when we talk about these different routes, he went double-double earlier on as well, at a point where maybe it was the right gamble, but there, with his opponent not on a finish, it's a different... We talk about game management, I guess, Paul, and there are times when certain shots make sense because you have to take it out. 2 darts in hand, your opponent's on a double, and you've got 80 left, you probably should be going tops, but there are other times where maybe it is a little bit cheeky.
Sometimes a bit foolish as well. I've seen a few times this season people going for tops when they're on 80 and they miss the first one out of the board, and then they go for tops again and miss the board again. I mean, it's just lunacy to me. Game management is the perfect way of putting it, because when you're in his position there, yes, he hit the low, well, he missed tops low,
60.
but just go for the 60. You know, he had to hit the leg for double 10 anyway.
Yeah, he knows his opponent's not on a finish. He can come back next visit for his favoured double, but just by setting up the shots. I mean, look, he hit the double 10, so it doesn't matter. But had he got inside that, then he finds himself on double 5, and that can be tricky. Can get yourself in a mess.
Well, Steffen Siepmann was in a bit of a mess there. He broke one of his stems, so a little bit of equipment replacement is required.
And it gives him time to realise that he's going to have to take this 136 out with Wattimena, potentially having 2 darts at double when he returns.
You know what, as well, I think moments like this, you've got to take your time. Don't rush back to the board. But, oh, I tell you what, with that lie, I like double 18 tops. 61 will be double 18, as you mentioned, Murph.
25.
And now Siepmann has a chance for a 4-3 lead. This game is getting very, very interesting.
Certainly is. And the home nation qualifier edges ahead again. And he's only 2 legs away from the checkered flag. Gives himself a little pat. Well done, Steffen. Job's not quite done yet.
140.
The German darts is in a really good place in the minute, isn't it? I mean, you talk about the World Series event in Dusseldorf, which is not far from here. That's in October. We look forward to watching that one. Players are getting better. I mean, this is a great performance so far from Siepmann. And Max Hopp's done really well. Their country did well in the World Cup. Martin Schindler has found form, and he made a quarter-final in Vienna last week. It's just all smiles in Germany right now, and it's great for the game.
Yeah, we will see the wall Martin Schindler in the next game but one.
100.
The other side of a Aidan Kirk-Michael Ploy sandwich. Now then. Well, Wattimena deciding this time to opt for a bit of game management, Paul.
Game management was perfect there. Now all he's got to do
56
is hit this double 16 with ease.
Shot on the A flag, Jermaine Wattimena.
And you could hear a blob of vinegar drop on a chip as he hits that double. No hard question to find out who was the German and who was the Dutchman here.
Well, 4 apiece. Effective race to 2 now between Siepmann and Wattimena. Siepmann, the relatively unknown German qualifier, playing in front of his home crowd and having a real good go at knocking out Jermaine Wattimena. That 180 gives him real control of this leg, and he could potentially be moving within 1 of a place in the second round, and he's on course to maintain his perfect record in opening matches on the European Tour.
Not bad at all, and if he does manage to make it through the next round, he plays Stephen Bunting, who was unfortunately not feeling very well at all last week in Vienna when he played Chris Dobie. But Siepmann is doing everything right here.
137.
Iron ring stuff from the German, putting the pressure on the Dutchman. He hits this double 12. Jermaine has got to find something. Tricky. Very tricky now. Top right.
12.
Was a good effort.
Jermaine, you require 123.
Well, 1, 2, 3 sounds easy. I assure you it's not, and it's not going to go.
55.
So double 6 the target now.
7 require 12.
Dodgy double 3. And he finds it. And he finds himself 1 leg away from victory.
Sometimes when you watch darts and you think, oh, it's a bit edgy, that double three, it's a really hard double. Don't even think about it, just hit it. That's exactly what Siepmann said to himself, and he hit it. Puts himself in a great position.
Certainly does, and the crowd are going to act as the fourth dart in this and the next leg if it goes that far, I'm sure.
95.
I love that expression, the fourth dart. Like the 12th man. And it may count for something, because Jermaine Wattimena is an aggressive player, and if he gets his teeth into a game, he celebrates.
83.
Well, Siepmann hasn't needed much help, has he, so far? He's been decent.
22.
I don't think that first dart was conducive for him to stay on the 60. I think he likes to land them on top of each other. I like the switch there, not the stay on the 60.
I'm just imagining someone tuning in at that exact point when we're praising Steffen Siepmann and he fires in 22.
45.
Sometimes 22's good when you hit double 11. But
59.
he needs a big visit here, Siepmann.
He hasn't got it.
61.
Wattimena has 2 visits to clean up 118.
Well, Jermaine really didn't want to leave double 19 there, hence the visit to triple 16. Has got a tricky looking 63, but
63.
poor counting from Steffen Siepmann has given loads of time to Jermaine Wattimena.
Yeah, he ended up with 3 visits from 118. Needed the lot, but an open invitation from Steffen Siepmann for Jermaine to force the last leg decider.
Being shot on the 10th leg, Jermaine Wattimena.
There's the RSVP.
Final leg is 7 to through first. He won.
And after 4 consecutive one-sided affairs, Paul, we finally have a close contest, and one leg will decide which way this goes. And it's not been a good start for the home nation home.
Not a good start at all. The first sign of real nerves from the German. Decides to abandon the 60.
95.
But now, treble 20s are gold.
45.
It's going to be an edgy finish, this, Murph. You can just see it.
But he's gone back up to the 60 this visit, and he's found one, and he's found another, and he's homing in.
Well, in the context of this match, that's a monstrous visit.
100.
But a good anchor dart from Wattimena keeps this game pretty level. And he's playing yo-yo, Murph. He's going up and down.
47.
Nothing in this at all. One big visit could settle it. One big visit could decide it. Is that the one? 180 from Jermaine Wattimena, the 10th of this tournament already. Sets up 76.
100. Jermaine requires 76.
Well, he's going to try and get in there before the crowd can even get involved. Interestingly, he didn't go 25 for Bull.
Well, crazy, in my opinion. Absolutely crazy with Steffen Siepmann on 96. Will he go double-double? He's found the treble, double eights. Well, teasing the crowd and teasing Jermaine Wattimena. And then hammering in the double and knocking out his opponent in the cruelest way possible. But Paul Littleton, before we hear from Wattimena, why on earth did he not go 25 ball with 75 left?
Not a clue. When you've got an opponent, especially a home opponent, on 96, a really doable two-darter, don't go for the treble 17 there. Give yourself a chance. 25 in Bull, that's my play. We'll find out what Jermaine Wattimena thinks about that in the future, but it's Steffen Siepmann who goes through. He's going to play the 15 seed Stephen Bunting, and now one of the home favourites, he's going to be talking to Elmar Polter.
Das war eine knappe, umkämpfte Partie, aber wieder durchgekommen. Nächster Sieg auf der European Tour. Glückwunsch.
Auf jeden Fall. Also es macht sau viel Spaß bei so einer Truppe. Und
Du hast gut gecheckt. Du hast 107 rausgenommen, du hast 100 gecheckt, auch hinten sofort den ersten Matchstart reingeballert.
ja, also muss man ja auch hier oben, wenn man hier oben sein will. Und ich habe dafür hart trainiert und
Ich habe den Eindruck, dass du hier oben einigermaßen entspannt bist. Stimmt der Eindruck oder ist der Puls schon höher als normalerweise bei anderen Matches da unten am Floor?
ja, es ist schon anders auf jeden Fall hier oben. Aber ich komme von Bühne zu Bühne immer ruhiger rein ins Spiel.
Der nächste Gegner ist Stephen Bunting. Es wartet also ein Weltmeister, aber einer, der auch kein ganz so einfaches Jahr 2017 hat. Freust du dich drauf?
Auf jeden Fall. Einen Weltmeister will man immer schlagen, ne?
Das stimmt. Steffen, wir sehen dich wieder. Und zwar morgen. Steffen Siepmann!